Okay, so we implemented the whole body language.
Right.
How did it go? How was it teaching him?
Teaching him was great. Like, he was very excited. The whole idea that he was going to do something that other,
Yeah.
that even I told him the other kids would be doing it, but that he would be doing the secret message. And he was, the minute I said secret message, very excited.
Oh, yeah, super.
Very excited. And loved the little dirt bike on the paper.
Oh, did
that
he?
was
Oh,
like,
good.
there's a dirt bike, there's a dirt bike.
Yeah.
So it was, and his second message was dirt bike, so that was
Oh,
exciting.
very cool.
But so in teaching him about it went really smoothly because, as I said, it was very similar to a program that we use. So we talked about the difference in the pictures and how it kind of meant the same thing, but the picture looked different. And we went through all the pictures, and he was great with that. We started implementing it that day, and he did well. The first day, he got like half of them, I think. So he really did well that day for that whole group time. He wasn't thrilled that he couldn't get the whole message, so we talked about after what are some options we can do so that we can get get more of them. The second, he was kind of hot and cold. Like, he'd have a really good day, and then the next day he got a few of them during the whole group.
Yeah.
Yep. So on his second day, he got 5 here, and then on day 2 he got 3 of them.
Yeah.
He was consistently getting the same. He was getting the same ones, like crisscross feet. That was the one he knew he had to be sitting. Yeah. So he was trying really hard to sit crisscross, even though the other things weren't occurring. He wasn't raising his hand, or he was trying hard, which that's a huge one for me, because at least he's sitting on the carpet and not running around and moving. So when he got crisscross, that right there was a positive. That was a first step. So his day 3 of this was really difficult. He had a rough day the whole day. So the results were pretty much the same in the morning. Then day 4, it got better again, and to where he's doing today. He did a really good day with it. We did talk about a little bit, like I said, we're going to adapt it a tiny bit. We're really happy all the kids were feeding into the cards. Like, they were all trying to do it. When I showed a card, they were all like, a few kids noticed that he was coloring something, and they did ask about it. And I just said, well, not right now. This is something for Ryan right now. But the kids didn't, they didn't get upset over it or anything. Like, I thought could have happened with another system. When, if we went with stickers or something, that could have happened, but it really didn't. So that worked good. And they did join in, so that was good. And it's something that I potentially, once a week or every so often, I might let other kids do the mystery to kind of stir it up. And of course, with some of my other heavy hitters, it's something I could see doing with them. So we're going to adapt it a little bit, and so that if he doesn't get all of them uncovered in the morning, then we're going to extend it to our math whole group time, which is another 15-minute time, and a little later in the morning, so that he can keep working on that same sheet, and hopefully get them all uncovered before the end of the day. So,
well, that's good. I'm glad it worked out. So, I'm trying to think. Was the aide next to him? Your aide, was she next to him the whole time?
Actually not. A few days she was. Unfortunately, she was out a couple times. She's not feeling well, so we have a substitute. And, trying to explain that to the sub is a little more difficult. On a few so he was more by me. I'm impressed
that he did it.
He was by me and actually the days that he was a little better, he was by me, because honestly, the days that he struggled, he ended up being removed by the aide. It was that bad. But he got a couple. He got one. He had to leave the room and then come back, and then he regrouped a little bit. But unfortunately, there were some negative things going on where he had to actually step out for a minute or step off the carpet for a minute. On the couple days where it wasn't. So successful. Only been 5 days. But he came back in, and he was able to get it, to do it again and try. So that was good. But on the other days, it was positive, because even though she wasn't there, he was earning. He was getting some of them. So. And I was saying he was so excited. Like if I showed, especially the crisscross, like he was popping down. But the hand one was adorable because the minute I showed the hand, he'd be like.
That's good though. Do you think
So,
he was like looking?
Yeah,
at you
he was really getting the card, which you know shows that he was paying attention. You know, a few times I had to be like, round 2, show the card again, and you know, and kind of as a reminder. So that's not. You know, where we want to be at the end. We want him to be doing it when he sees it. And he and I talked about that at the end of the day. Like, remember, I'm showing you some, but you're not coloring them because, you know, you have to be doing that.
Yeah.
But overall, it was positive because,
gotta start.
You know, he
that's
was,
really good.
like I said, if he's sitting on the carpet, that's a positive.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's
you know,
really
we're
good.
really happy with that.
So we had a lot of crisscross. Oh, he got bonus hand raising.
Yes, yes, that was a good day.
Yeah. Oh, this was his bad
This
day.
was a rough day.
Yeah. Crisscross. So he's really good with the crisscross.
Yes,
And
the crisscross, and looking forward. Even though on this one he wasn't sitting and he wasn't really paying great attention, but at least he was looking in the right direction.
Yeah.
And you know, he knew he wasn't doing them. I was showing him the cards, and he was doing them as I showed him.
Yeah.
But he wasn't getting them right off the bat. So.
Yeah, maybe like once he fills it in, like when you show him like all the reminders, then you can like move on. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I think that's, you know, it'll get there. But.
Oh, this one was good.
Yeah.
He was looking.
Yep.
Well, that's good. And this was like the first day. Oh my God, he was just so excited that
he
day.
was so excited. Day
he
one
did
was
a really
like, yes!
good. Well, that's good though. Let's see. So then we have for day 5. So he did 5 there and then 3 here. So that's not bad. I think that's pretty good.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so then we're going to tweak it. So we're using these as like reminder cards.
Right.
So when you would show like the zip mouth or so, like a behavior he wasn't doing, he didn't get to color it in. Is he coloring these in like if he like
he's
when you
coloring
do hands,
them if he's coloring them if I show it and he's already doing it.
Oh, so you are doing. Oh,
then
okay.
he's
so
the positive. If he's done it, if he's doing it, then I set the card. And we did tweak that a tiny bit because I'm not having him color it right on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
So I have all the cards laid out like beside me while I'm teaching, and I'll grab one and show it. And if he's already doing it, then I'm like, you know, and he knows, like, I got that. So we set that in a separate pile.
Gotcha.
And then if he isn't doing it, I just put it back, and then I might retry it again or something during that.
Yeah.
But he knows, like, he can tell by my smile that like you're doing it.
Oh,
and then he smiles back. But then as soon as the lesson ends, that's when he's coming over and coloring in the ones that are in the pile of you were doing them. So and that's where I said like those cards are done. But then when we bring this to the next lesson, we'll put those cards that weren't successful so we can try those again.
Yeah, well, I bet, do you find it's easier than being like, it's Ryan, like, Ryan?
It is. And definitely, like, I was keeping track of how many times I had to speak to him on those, you know, those days anyway.
Yeah.
And that cut down.
Oh,
and
good.
so just using the cards in general were great because even though he wasn't doing them, like I didn't have to say, stop talking, you know, zip it up, blah, 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 you know, whatever.
Oh, that's good.
And in general, like I said, the whole thing was successful in that he was making the effort to, so he was looking, you know.
Yeah. Oh,
minus
that's good.
that one day of
it was that day.
really rough day.
Yeah.
But other than that, like even that day, like I said, he did try because he did get a couple. So that was, you know.
Oh, that's really good then. I'm so glad.
So.
And this is like unrelated, and you have that other little boy that's like kind of a tough kid too. Was he like into the cards too?
He was into it. He's not quite as much, and that's what I said. I would like to extend it now to, you know, maybe I'm doing one, and then the 8 is doing the coloring with him because I think he might benefit from the coloring of it, like the cards. He was just trying to do the cards, but he was still
he might need that more
still all over,
yeah.
so he needs the reward part of it too. I think.
Right. Oh, very good. I'm glad that works. Did he take anything home at all?
He did. He took home the little color book. He was very excited to take it home. I told Mom and Dad, you know, I spoke to Dad after school and told him, and I said, when he finishes coloring it, just have him bring it back so we can talk again about and look at how he colored. That's kind of an academic thing we're working on too, and him slowing down with his coloring.
Yeah.
So I said to Dad, I don't want it back tomorrow. I want him to take his time and color him and talk about him at home and then bring it back to me.
Good.
So he's still working on that at home right now.
Oh, that's
He
good.
hasn't
So
brought
then
it
the
back.
parents got knew what he was doing too.
And they were thrilled. Like when I said to Dad, we're trying something different, and I just said it goes along with what we've been doing, but and so he was all like, great,
Yeah.
if it works, great.
That's
So,
good. All right. Well, it sounds like you got everything under control, and like you're gonna tweak it and work it, and you don't need anything else from me. But I'm in touch if you need anything.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds
all right.
good.
Thank you.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Oh, I'm so glad that worked for him.